In this week's programme, we take a look back at the quarter-finals of the BCR Press Puppy Derby. We find out how Chief Executive of the board, Michael Field, first got the greyhound bug. Then it's over to Shelbourne Park to recap on the big one, the Paddy Power Irish Derby. But first, we join Mal Keaveney in Kilkenny.
Kilkenny has been celebrating all week following the county's tremendous victory over Clare in this year's All-Ireland Senior Hurling Championship final, their 27th such success. And it's no great surprise then that the richest ever race here to be run at Kilkenny track is the Langton's House Black and Amber Derby, black and amber being the colours of this famous Kilkenny hurling side. And with a trap 6 draw, West Park Prince flying the flag for Cork here tonight is favoured to win the top prize of €11,000. The dogs are now in traps for our feature race here at Kilkenny. In one, it's Sober Pride, jointly owned in England by James O'Connor and John Doheny, trained by Patrick O'Connor. In two, Brewer's Turn, owned and trained in Dublin by Lawrence Kinsella. Running from box 3, we have Crossley Lark, owned and trained in County Carlow by Madeleine O'Brien. Running in box 4, we have Glencora, owned in County Offaly by Liam Curley. In 5, we have Marshall's Hill, owned and trained in County Tipperary by Billy Roach. And finally, West Park Friends, owned in County Cork by Noel O'Driscoll and trained by Dennis O'Driscoll. The distance is 5-5 as the hare comes towards the traps and they're out. Sober Pride breaks very well indeed, as does the favourite West Park Prince. And it's West Park Prince in a tremendous battle here with Brewer's Turn at that opening bend. Very, very close between the pair, and down the back straight it's still West Park Prince and Brewer's Turn between them. It's very, very close. Sober Pride has moved up into third right now at the third bend. Going on, it's very close off the final turn here. Brewer's Turn and West Park Prince, and towards the line it's desperately close, but Brewer's Turn has won it. Confirmation now of a very close race. A win for Brewer's Turn. In second, West Park Prince, and third, Crossley Lark. The winning time here, 29:07. Well done, Lark.
Oh,
another great success. You must be very happy.
Oh, heavens above, I'm a nervous wreck. That's what I am. Oh yeah, I'm delighted.
It was always going to be a good race for him if he broke well, and he got that break. That was very important.
He did, yeah. Well, he is a good break. He's not a good breaker, but he's good early foot when he comes out, like, you know.
Your heart must be crossways because your supporters, their heart were crossways. It was so close the whole way through.
It was, yeah. Well, once he got to the inside, he was all right. You know, he's on and the 6 dog's a very good dog now, like, you know. But, he's a great little dog, like, you know.
Plenty of support here in Kilkenny.
Oh, plenty. Half of Dublin is here. All my relations, all my sons and daughters are here, so great supporters.
Harold's Cross was the venue last Friday night for the quarter-finals of the BCR Press Droopys Puppy Derby. In Fortune takes up the commentary.
Well, they're now all in traps for the opening quarter-final of the 2002 Puppy Derby. In trap order, 1 Haliska Highlander. In 2, 1 Pablo. In trap 3, the hot favourite at 4-6, 10 men. 4 is Odette, 5 Dalcash United, and 6 China Jet. And away they go, and first to show 10 men, he flashed from traps. He leads clear into the corner from number 1 on the inside. That's Haliska Highlander. In 2 now is 1 Pablo. Further out, number 4 Odette, but around the second corner, and 10 men. Has skipped about 4 or 5 lengths clear of number 1 Haliska Highlander. Back in third, trap number 5 Dalcash United. Down the far side, it's number 3 10 men. He leads easily from number 1 Haliska Highlander. Back in third, Dalcash United starting to make up some ground. Further back, Odette, but around the final corner, this is all 10 men. A very convincing winner, trapped to line. Running on is Odette, but not going to get there. Second, number 1 Haliska Highlander. Third, Odette. The winning time, 28:43, a blistering time there. The runners now in traps for the second quarter-final of the Puppy Derby. In trap order, 1 Cool Cruiser, the favourite. In 2, Balscadden Boy. Trap 3, Villa Martin Phil. In 4, the very fast Tully Marie Guest. In 5, the flying finisher Tall Chubby. And trap number 6, Fortune Mike. The hare up behind traps now. And away they go, and first to show trap number 3 Villa Martin Phil, but on the inside Cool Cruiser now showing the dash from number 4, that's Tully Murray Guest on the wide outside. Number 6 Fortune Mike slipping into third, but out front it's Cool Cruiser. In second, Tully Murray Guest. Back in third, Fortune Mike. Down the far side, Cool Cruiser leads by about 4 lengths to number 4 Tully Murray Guest, is coming of the run. Back in third, Fortune Mike. Around the final 2 corners, it's still Cool Cruiser. Second, Tully Murray Guest. Here comes Fortune Mike. Around the final corner, Cool Cruiser, Tully Murray Guest, Fortune Mike up the home straight. Number 1 Cool Cruiser just gets there. Second, number 4 Tully Murray Guest. And third, with a flying finish, Fortune Mike. The winning time, 28:56.
The third heat. In trap 1, Maxi Rombo. 2 is Lemon Rambo. 3, Function Premier. 4, Tinra Jack. 5, Adamers Rebel. And 6, Swift Star. The hare coming up behind the traps. The favourite goes from 2. And he's out quite well, Lemon Rambo. Number 3, Function Premier. They're going neck and neck to the corner. Function Premier slightly the later as he leads around the corner. Number 3, Function Premier, gone clear around the bend from number 1. Maxi Rumble is in a great position in second. Number 2, Lemon Rambo in third. Heading down towards the third bend, it's Function Premier by 2.5 lengths from number 1, Maxi Rumble. Number 2, Lemon Rambo is next. Around the final bend is number 3, Function Premier. He's being chased rapidly now by Lemon Rambo, coming home strongly on the inside, Maxi Rumble, and Maxi Rumble gets there on the line to win it in a very tight finish in a time of 28.71. The fourth heat in Trap 1, Baltic Star, 2, Sparkling Joe, 3, Learn and Earn, 4, Vinny's the Best, 5, Droopy's Rude, and 6, Confident Choice. The favourites in 1, that's Baltic Star. Fast starter normally, how's he getting away? He's away well. So's number 2, Sparkling Joe. As the race to the corner, number 4, Vinny's the Best, was very slowly away, but heading around the bend, and it's Baltic Star, gone on by a few lengths from number 2, Sparkling Joe in second. Number 3, Learn and Earn, runs very wide down the back and causes problems. The 2 favourites are left clear. Number 1, Baltic Star, by about 4 lengths from number 2, Sparkling Joe. Here comes Vinny's the Best with his usual flying lead run, but out front it's Baltic Star in front from number 2, Sparkling Joe. Here comes Vinny's the Best running on strongly. On the line, there's no doubt about the winner. Number 1, Baltic Star, highly impressive yet again, winning in 28.73.
Chief Executive of Bord Nagon, Michael Field, was not always involved in the administration side of greyhounds. He trained Kyle Jack, the 1986 Derby winner, for his son John. Earlier in the week, we visited Michael and his family at their home in Limerick to recap on that great night 16 years ago.
And Tico didn't get it. It's Kyle Jack who broke very smart. Tico's gone up second. Merlin Slippy is third. Here's Negro on the inside of Carter's Lad. And down the far side, it's Kyle Jack showing the way. Tico is second. Merlin Slippy has moved through on the inside. But Kyle Jack is putting it up to the Merlin Slippy has gone second. There's no double on for Tico. Here's Negro is edging into third. Racing round towards the home turn. And it's Kyle Jack for young John Field out in front. Being chased by Merlin Slippy. The crowd roll on. Kyle Jack's won the 1986 Derby. Merlin Slippy is second. Tico 3, and then here's Negro being followed home by Margot's Express, and Carter's Lad is last of the 6. And what a memorable night for young John Field.
Shelbourne Park was a very different place then, a whole lot of steps, big steps all the way up further into where the restaurant is now, and I was right up the very back. And I can remember the hare starting, and I remember jumping up when he came out of the boxes, and after that it's pretty much a blank. But apart from knowing that he was in front, that was the most important thing.
It was a fantastic night, and I remember Sinead and Elaine were with me. They were quite young at the time, and I was holding the two of them up at the top of the steps, the old steps, as John said. And when I saw him going to the front, I said, "'Tis all over." And the next thing, going down the back straight, I said, "Oh my God, this isn't happening. He's probably something going to happen." And I blinked for a minute. But he won it quite easily, really, pulled away from him again. But I mean, it was a wonderful night, a tremendous achievement, and to something we always look back on, really, and enjoy. Every time we watch it, we enjoy it.
Oh, I was a little bit younger then, so 17 years ago, so I was only about 8 at that stage. But again, like John, up the top of the stand, and couldn't see much, so getting the reports down from the slightly taller people, and like losing the keys, they lost me in the night, but again found me. But it was an amazing night, and it was something we'll always remember. It's phenomenal.
I was a little more privileged that night. I was in the middle of the track, having put him into the boxes, and when they were out 25 yards, I knew the derby was over. I put my 2 hands over my head, and I said, "You have them, Jack." And he had. Yeah. Then when they were going into the third bend, just crossed my mind, knowing what greyhounds can do, that could anything happen to him? Could he cramp? Could he break a leg? And he didn't. He ran on, and that was it.
He knew, like in the presentation, he sat down, and the only time he pricked his ears is when the top of the cup fell off. But he knew Mum and Dad were happy, and that did him. You know, he was a great dog.
Join us in part 2 for all the action from Shelbourne Park. Dublin is the venue for the richest greyhound event in the world, namely the Irish Derby. It was first recognised as a classic in 1932, when it was called the National Derby, with a prize fund of 150 punts. But today it's a different story. Prize money has increased dramatically, so too the track and stadium. As always, Shelbourne Park was packed for the final night of the Paddy Power Irish Derby, but first we're going to take a look back at Thursday night's big final.
The runners now on parade for the final of the Droopys Kil Diamond Stakes. In Trap 1 we have Roxburgh, trained by Mary Gilbert, for his new owners Vinnie Jones and Pat Curtin in England. This a son of trade official and Arnott girl. He possesses fine early pace, well drawn on the rails and likely to give a good account of himself. In Trap 2, a real Dublin regular, Mulhussy Magic, trained by Ger Duffin for the Somerville Syndicate. This ultra-consistent son of Pepis Dilemma and Lady Storm, not without a chance. In Trap number 3, we have Bold Mossy, this a son of Larkill Joe and Annie's Bullet. He's owned by Thomas Holden and trained by Owen McKenna. He's been sensational in this competition to date, and he is the likely favourite. 4 is Movi Gamble, trained by Larry Dunn for Cathal Monowela in Meath. This a son of Spiron Lakita and Chica Chuita. He won his semi-final in very impressive fashion. He normally runs wide, but watch him take the second corner. He powers into the back straight. In 5, the strong-running Act of Madness, trained by Dolores Root for the FDEE Ltd Syndicate in County Cork. This is son of Deep Decision and Act Wisely. He'll be coming home well, and he is likely to make the frame. And completing the lineup, Trap number 6 is Diego Glory, trained by Thomas Fagan for Gerard Richardson and Martin Richard in Dublin. This a son of Spiron Nikita and Chica Chuita. He's well housed in 6. He's a wide runner. He powers on the back straight and stays strongly, and he'll have plenty of supporters in this one. Well, all 6 finalists now in traps for the final of the Droopys Kil Diamond Stakes. As expected, Trap number 3, Bold Mossy, the 7-4 favourite. It's 5-2, Trap 4, Movi Gamble, after being well supported. In Trap order, 1, Roxburgh. In 2, Mulhussy Magic. 3, Bold Mossy, the favourite. In 4, Movi Gamble. 5, Active Madness. And 6, Diego Glory. Away they go, and first to show Active Madness on the inside, Roxburgh into the opening corner, and Roxburgh takes it up from number 5, Active Madness. Back in third, we have number 4, Movi Gamble. Bold Mossy in a bit of scrimmaging, also number 6, Diego Glory. But out of the second corner, it's number 1, Roxburgh. Leads by about 2.5 lengths to number 5, Active Madness. A gap in third to number 4, Movi Gamble, who's starting to run. But into the second last corner, it's number 1, Roxburgh, now being taken on by number 5, Active Madness. Back in third is Movi Gamble. He's starting to run. Also Diego Glory in fourth, now running really strongly. But around the final corner, it's Roxburgh. Here comes Active Madness up to the line. Active Madness gets there, beats number 1, Roxburgh. Back in third with a flying finish. Diego Glory, the winning time, 30-10. Well, we had a thrilling finish to the final of the Droopys Kil Diamond Stakes. Trap number 5, Active Madness, getting up in the latter strides to beat number 1, Roxburgh. Back in third, Trap number 6, Diego Glory, the winning time, 30-10. Jim, firstly, you must have had a great thrill tonight.
Absolutely wonderful. We were really thrilled. Dolores had told us that we could be hopeful and indeed even a little confident, and despite the long odds we followed her advices, and she has obviously done a marvellous job with this dog, and it's really a tremendous feeling to come here and win.
Have you followed him around the country?
I'd have to make an honest confession. It's the first time I've been able to attend a race run by this dog, but it won't be the last.
Glad to hear it. Dolores, once he came out of traps, really the writing was on the wall.
It was from the start. It was always, once Trap 1 had led, and I knew that we were going to pick him up. And he's a very gamey type of dog that would never give in, and I knew he was in with a great chance going down the back straight. And it was all over then once he got going.
And last but not least, Jim, will you celebrate in fine style tonight?
I think it's an occasion, all right, for a little Active Madness.
Now on to Saturday night's action, and we're going to first take a look at the Paddy Power Irish Greyhound Derby Consolation Final, the race between the 6 dogs who didn't make it from the semi-finals.
Well, we have a star-studded lineup and an interesting betting lineup too, with Climate Control, the 6-4 favourite to win this one. You see him just being put in there into Trap 5, Climate Control. TJ Myron putting him into traps. He's the favourite. Number 3, Olden Times, at 5-2 from the Reggie Roberts kennel, which of course has Droopys Reese in the final of the Derby. They're practically all in traps now as we wait for this race with a winner's prize of €4,000. There goes the bad. In 1, Droopys Glory at 12-1. 2 is Jet Spray at 16-1. 3, Olden Times at 5-2. 4, Born of Pilot 3-1. 5, Climate Control, the 6-4 favourite, and number 6, Marno Celt at 8-1. As the hare comes around the final bend, up behind traps for this Consolation Derby Final. They're ready to go, and away they rumble, and it's number 2 well away. That's a Jet Spray. Number 5 Climate Control going up strongly to the corner, and Climate Control gets into position on the bend and hits the front on the second bend from Jet Spray. It's close between them. Number 4 Barna Pilot is in a reasonable position, but Climate Control goes a length and a half up from number 2 Jet Spray down the back, and here comes Barna Pilot with a big run, but he checks on the bend, and it's Climate Control in front. Olden Times is now challenging and coming onto the last bend. Climate Control in front, Olden Times in second. Coming up the straight, it's number 5 Climate Control is going to win the Consolation. He wins it. It's very close for second place. The time is 29.86 for the 550 yards. So Climate Control, I think that could be 3 in a row in the Consolation for trainer Seamus Graham. Climate Control owned by Kevin Smith and Aidan O'Regan. He's a powerful young dog. That's only the 10th race of his career. He's won 5 of them. He's now the Consolation Derby winner.
And the result of the Consolation Final: first Climate Control, second Olden Times, third Jet Spray in a time 29.86. On now to the main event of the night, we join Michael Fortune with the lineup for the 2002 Irish Derby.
We see number 1 Damna Rose, the only bitch in the final. This daughter of Come On Ranger in Queer Season, bred by Teresa Maguire in Rosslane, County Fermanagh, trained by Paul Hennessy, owned by Ray Nicholas, Mark Hutch, John McMahon and Conor O'Malley. Number 2, her kennel companion, Tara Bello, owned by PJ Fahy from Kilmishgahel. Knockmishgahel, I should say, in Glenamaddy in County Galway, trained by Paul Hennessy, a son of Spiral Nikita and Lochnaman Lady. Here's a dog with buckets of ability. When he hits it at the start, he can really fly. Now number 3, Heavenly Hero. Just weeks ago he was known as Good Always. He was then bought by Tony Head and the Donohue's from Enniscorthy. This son of Always Good and Mam's Choice, he suddenly became Heavenly Hero. Bred by Michael Coughlin in Drimoleague in Cork. Trained by Johnny Donohue in Enniscorthy. A dog with a powerful finishing kick. Number 4, the dog who's been racing in England, came over here to join Reggie Roberts for this campaign. Owned by Peter McMahon from Manchester. A son of Jamaican Hero and High Night. Bred by Sean and Michael Dunphy in Portlaw in County Waterford. Trained by Reggie Roberts in Rathangan. He hasn't missed the break one night. He might be outpaced in the middle stages by the likes of Bypass Byway. And next in traps we have number 5 Bypass Byway, the favourite, owned by Michael Carney from Navan, trained by Ollie Bray in Navan, bred by Pat Darcy in Ennis, the son of Spiral Nikita and Sandy Penny. This dog came to prominence from winning the Grady Palace Future Champions 5-5 at Galway, a finalist in the Champion Stakes. Stunning performer right through the Derby. And really, this dog has pace. He has got everything. He's a very worthy favourite. And number 6, here he is, Droopys Agassi. His case of will he or won't he run. Look at his eye. Damage there. He had an accident during the week. But Droopys Agassi has arrived, the son of Top Honcho and Droopy Sherrill, owned jointly by David Miles and Owen McKenna, trained by Owen down in Clarendon in County Tipperary, bred by Sean and Michael Dunphy too in Portlaw in County Waterford. They're the 6 finalists for what really promises to be an absolutely memorable Paddy Power Irish Derby Final. The favourites, number 5 Bypass Byway at 5-4. Droopys Reese, number 4, is at 2-1. Look at the drift on number 6 Droopys Agassi. He was 2-1 during the week. He's now 5-1. It's 12-1 number 1 Tamna Rose, 16-1 number 3 Heavenly Hero, and 20-1 number 2 Tara Bello. 6 of them are in contention tonight. The favourites, number 5 Bypass Byway, they're all in traps. This screaming has started. You can hear the sound in the background. This is unbelievable, the noise rising from the crowd. The hare starts its journey. In 1 we have Tamna Rose, 2 Tara Bello, 3 Heavenly Hero, 4 Droopys Reese, 5 is Bypass Byway, and 6 Droopys Agassi. The 2002 Paddy Power Irish Derby Final about to start. The hare behind the traps and away to go. And number 5 Bypass Byway is away well. So is Droopys Reese on the inside. He's very well positioned, but Bypass Byway hits the front from Droopys Agassi running wide, and Droopys Reese is in contention. But Bypass Byway has gone 4 clear. He's sizzling tonight. It's the Byway. He's 5 clear as to hit the third bend. Bypass Byway. Droopys Agassi is second. It's all over. Bypass Byway is on his way to glory. This is a magnificent run. The son of Spiral Nikita and Sandy Penny, owned by Michael Carney, trained by Ali Bray. He's won the Derby in runaway fashion. Droopys Reese is second, and Heavenly Hero ran a blinder in third. Bypass Byway, undoubtedly the star of the Derby. If ever we saw a champion, there's one, Bypass Byway. The result, number 5 Bypass Byway, the winner at 11-8. Second, number 4 Droopys Reese at 2-1, and third, number 3 Heavenly Hero at 16-1. And look at that time, 29:42. Let's have another look at this one. Behind the traps, it's a good break. Number 1, Tamna Rose came well, closed off her kennel companion. Number 2, Tara Bella, but now here is Bypass Byway. But on this inside, Droopys Reese. On the outside, Droopys Agassi. Then number 2, Tara Bella and Heavenly Hero in 5th. But here is where this dog wins his races. This is where the sign of a champion. Bypass Byway goes storming clear. 3, 4, 5 lengths clear down the back. This is a sensational performance, and we have seen the most remarkable track record set here at Shelbourne Park tonight as we see Bypass Byway 5, 6 clear on the third bend. Droopys Agassi running a great race under the circumstances in second. Droopys Reese now comes back again to claim second. Now Heavenly Hero in third as they come down the straight. It's number 5, Bypass Byway, the 2002 Paddy Power Irish Derby champion. He's a sensation. He's brilliant. This is absolutely mind-boggling. 29.42. It breaks the track record in smithereens. And there we see the crowds down at the presentation podium on T-shirt. Bertie Ahern chatting to owner Michael Carney, and a very proud moment for Michael, who's been a doggy man for many, many years. He started walking dogs on Navan track as a 12-year-old. He'll never forget this night. There's Paddy Bray trying to get into the picture, congratulating brother Ollie the trainer. John O'Donoghue, the new Minister for Greyhounds, there on the left, and in behind Paddy Power of the sponsors.
Well, Ollie Bray joins me now, as you can see, getting marvellous congratulations. Do you expect him to win as well as that?
I knew the dog was right on fairly well in himself, and I was expecting if he popped to do a good run. And we've been waiting for this day for a long, long time. The father bred up 25 years ago, brushed him to run up in 1977 with better short head, and it took us a long time to go one better.
Well, he certainly did it in fantastic style.
Yeah, delighted now for everybody concerned and all the well-wishers and everything. And
we just spoke there to Michael Carney, fantastic owner for you.
Yeah.
What's the plan now with him?
Oh, that's another day's work, another day.
Just got to enjoy it now.
One quick word, I'd like to thank all the well-wishers, and a special thanks to Brian Jones and Tony Collins.
Time now to take a look at the fixtures, and on Friday at Youghal it's the final of the Murphy's Irish Stout Open 550. At Harold's Cross it's the semi-finals of the VCR Press Droopys Vieri Puppy Derby, plus the final of the Track Bookmakers 575. On Saturday at Shelbourne Park it's the first round of the Ladbrokes Open 600. At Waterford it's the first round of the Air Rianta Cork Airport Munster Oaks, plus the final of the Sasha Confined Stake. And Waterford also gets its new facilities in motion on this Saturday night. At Limerick, it's the first round of the Irish Greyhound Board Open 750, and it's also the closing date for entries of the Irish Laurels from Cork. On Sunday at Lifford, it's the first round of the Champion Stake 525 and the first round of the Northwest St Leger 600. Next week, we head to Youghal for that final, the semi-finals in Harold's Cross, and we catch up with Bypass Byway's connections. For further information on Irish Greyhound racing, ownership and syndication, visit our website at www.igb.ie or email us at admin@igb.ie.